We see jail footages of Donna's incarceration at the jail, Donna writing the notebook. Now, is the inmate lying about Donna? There's also Donna's friends that testify for her.
Going to clear her head in a non-extradition country. Can you agree with that?
I wasn't aware it was non-extradition.
She was going to clear her head with a one-way ticket to go do the head clearing.
She had no idea how long they were staying or where they would go.
Are you familiar with her statement that she's hoping to make it out of the airport on time?
Yes?
Hoping to make it out before what?
No, she meant the plane was on time.
No, ma'am. I'm referring to hoping to make it out before law enforcement apprehended her. You aware of that?
No.
She didn't say that statement to you.
Trying to convince the jury, I guess, that no, she wasn't going to Vietnam because she was trying to escape. No, she was coming back. No, she really was coming back for the bar mitzvah. And no, Donna's not a hateful, aggressive person. Donna never wants to harm anyone. And there were a lot of confusion for the testimonies today. For me, I felt like some of the testimonies actually made the defense look pretty bad, but you know, maybe we just have to wait for the other witnesses to testify to see what exactly it is that the defense is painting for the jury. Gotta wait for the full picture. Also, guys, we have recap videos of each of the days of the trial. If you don't have time to watch these long 8-hour live streams, go check out the recaps and it will essentially highlight each of the day. And like, man, as the trial is going on, I feel like the evidence is piling up and it's just getting crazier and crazier. We're also live streaming this, so feel free to stop by the live streams and say hello. Typically in these criminal cases that I've seen in trial, they are going to have the state present their case in chief, and then afterward, the defense is going to put in a motion for a judgment of acquittal. That's a mouthful. And however, it's essentially making an argument to the judge that, hey, you know, like the state hasn't really presented much evidence against my client at this point, so maybe we should just end it right here.
There's no evidence that my client ever spoke with Catherine McVanoa, Sigfredo Garcia, or Luis Rivera.
Your client did speak, however, with Charles Adelson. And
Mr. Judge, thank you so much for interjecting. I wasn't sure if the judge was just going to let the defense make their argument and then not say anything until the very end, but thank you. And that is something that the jury saw directly in the wiretaps. Donna to Charlie, Charlie to Katie, Katie to Sigfredo. We saw it in the wiretaps over and over again. It wasn't just one phone call. It was multiple phone calls where it would just go back and forth. And like Sarah Dugan said, it would go from back to forth and then forth to back, like it was as like a train. You know, one train touches the train in front of them and the one behind them, but it doesn't touch the train that's like in the very front, right? The caboose doesn't touch the train that's driving it, the rest of the train.
your client did speak, however, with Charles Adelson in the chain of communications. I believe the state's wording was the train cars.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm going to get to that.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
This motion is typically done as a routine motion. You know, you take your shot and see if you can maybe get away with it. And here we go. We are going to start blaming everyone else in the Adelson family, but it is not Donna's fault. Donna was just being told what to do.
The undisputed evidence is that Charlie Adelson kept stacks of stapled cash in his house. There is no evidence that Donna Adelson did the same. The evidence also reflects that Charlie Adelson had a safe the size of a refrigerator. There's no evidence that Donna Adelson had a similarly large safe.
But Donna Adelson and Harvey were running the Adelson Dental Institute, which the state has brought up that they gave cash discounts. They also had an employee that testified about the cash discounts as well. So you can, if you're a jury, you can reasonably believe that the Adelsons, Donna, Harvey, also kept large stacks of cash somewhere.
Before Mr. Markell was murdered, Wendy Adelson told Jeff Lacoste that the only way she could leave Tallahassee is if something happened to Mr. Markell. There is no evidence that Donna Adelson was aware of the statement made by Wendy Adelson. And there is no evidence that she also agreed that there was no way that Wendy Adelson could leave Tallahassee unless something happened to Dan Markell. Before Mr. Markell was murdered, Wendy Adelson told Mr. Lacoste that Charlie looked into hiring a hitman.
There's no evidence that Donna knew that Wendy could leave Tallahassee, something happened to Dan Markell. What do you mean? Donna was controlling Wendy. Donna would just tell Wendy to leave.
In the summer of 2013, after relocation was denied, there is no statement in evidence whatsoever that Donna Adelson was either aware of that, said or did anything to encourage that or incite that. There's also no evidence that had been admitted that Donna Adelson was aware of the claim, that Charlie Adelson had actually looked into that. And additionally, before Mr. Markell was murdered, whenever Charlie was on the phone with his mother, he would walk out of the house to speak with his mother on the phone when Catherine McVanoa was there. After Mr. Markell was murdered, Catherine McBanwell, went to Charlie's house. Charlie, according to the evidence in the light most favorable to the state, Charlie told her that his parents had just left. I rewatched her testimony over the weekend. During her testimony, she did not say that Charlie said anything at that point about his parents leaving money at the house. She testified that she woke up the next morning and Charlie said he had put the money in the trunk. She then left and tried to locate Sigfredo Garcia.
I do remember Katie saying that, though. I just don't remember when. Or was it the state's characterization that Katie said that? Is she sleeping? You know what? I think it's just an unfortunate camera angle. It does look like Attorney Jackie is sleeping right now. I think she's awake, though. I think she's awake. She's thinking right now. She's processing all of this. She does look like she's snoozing off a little bit.
After Mr. Markel was murdered, Donna Adelson followed her daughter's instructions and used the last name Adelson for her grandchildren. After Mr. Markel was murdered, Donna Adelson conveyed the message from their family attorney, Weinstein, to Ralph Adelson to not talk to the cops. After Mr. Markel was murdered, Donna Adelson wrote checks from Charlie Adelson's business account to Catherine McBanwell at Charlie's instruction. The evidence that has been admitted reflects that that business belonged to Charlie from 2012 to 2020. As this court knows, being a manager of an LLC is not the same as being an owner. After Mr. Markel was murdered and the bump happened, Donna Adelson begged the undercover to go to the cops and tell them what he knew. After Mr. Markel was murdered, Charlie kept up the lie that he told Donna Adelson when discussing the arrest of Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera. There's no evidence that she solicited anyone to murder Markel aside from these assumptions. The emails, the text messages, the testimony, no one has said that my client solicited anybody to commit murder. The evidence reflects that Donna Adelson vented to Charlie Adelson about how Markel treated Wendy. But as I said, there's no evidence aside from assumption that she went a step further.
Oh, Donna was just venting to Charlie. Well, he's really minimizing Donna's role here. And I wonder if the jury will buy that when it comes to making their verdict.
Venting about how somebody's treating their daughter is not the same as asking somebody to have them killed. The evidence reflects that, I know that the state's argument or belief is that the birthday gift is a murder. The birthday gift, the evidence reflects, was the party and the caterer. You have to make an inference, top of another inference, that the birthday gift was murder. So focusing on what evidence exists as to my client's statements and actions prior to the murder actually happening. According to Williams, judgment of acquittal is appropriate on count one.
It's got to be really hard for the jury, though, to ignore. After when Donna got the bump letter, she calls up her son, Charlie. And even though she's trying to be vague and talk in code, she says, it probably has to do with the two of us. Okay. And then she says, the TV is probably about $5,000 was how much she was being blackmailed for. How does the jury ignore that?
Concerning Williams specifically, was there evidence of consciousness of guilt admitted against the defendant in the same way it's been in this trial?
In Williams?
Yes.
I don't believe so.
Yeesh.
So in addition to any circumstantial evidence, any inference, we also have in this record the defendant allegedly making a confession, suborning perjury, and attempting to flee. As to those pieces of evidence linking up with the others, what is your argument?
The state's argument is that Donna wrote these hateful emails about Dan Markel because she wanted Wendy and the grandkids to move closer to where Donna lived, and that in her planner, her 2014 planner, it had Dan Markel's vehicle information and license plate number. Not only that, but Katie said that the parents were over that night when she came to collect the money and that the money was washed. This is corroborated by phone evidence showing that Donna and Harvey were on their way driving to Tallahassee, possibly dropped by Charlie's house. And Donna texted something like, I'm outside your house. During that drive, there was 1 hour that was unaccounted for. However, the rest of the drive seemed to have followed the map software. Also, she brings up Rob Adelson's testimony about how Donna tells him to not talk to FBI and that, well, since she found out that he talked to FBI, You don't know anything anyways. There was also that lack of concern of trying to figure out who did this to Dan Markel. She didn't care. She again reminds the judge that Donna Adelson signed 44 checks to Katie McManua for 2 years. During that time, Charlie owned the practice. He could have been the one signing the checks. Why was Donna doing it? Not only that, in 2015, when Harvey bought it back, well, Harvey also had signing authority. He wasn't signing them checks. Donna was still doing it. Oh, and then she gets to the bump part. So she talks about how during the bump, there was circumstantial and direct evidence because Donna says it involves the both of us when she was telling Charlie. And that right there is a direct admission of guilt. When the wire takes place, Donna and Charlie, they take great lengths to avoid having other people overhearing their conversation. They were talking by the pool. They were talking in a secluded restaurant when no one was around them. And then
we also saw on the defendant's planner where in 2014 she had the year, make, model of Dan Markel's car as well as his license plate.
2014 planner.
We also heard from Catherine McManua. She said that Charles Adelson,
if it was found in her, maybe she had like a book of, where she just kept like social security numbers, important dates and stuff like that. And we don't know when that was written, then maybe it's like, okay, maybe she needed like Dan's like license plate number for like insurance purposes or something like that. Or who knows, right? But this was like in 2014, the year that Dan Markel was murdered. And by 2014, Dan and Wendy were separated and she hated Dan. Really weird that she would write that in there.
Here we have this defendant writing checks to the middleman of this murder. We have her admitting it involves the two of us. And we also have her suborning perjury by admitting to one of her friends in custody, Patricia Bird, that she did do what she was accused of. That's what Miss Bird said on direct, and I clarified that with her on redirect. Was it that she told you that she just wrote checks, or did you specifically ask her, did you do what she's accused of, or did you do what they say you did? And she said that no, she said she did what she was accused of. And she's also offering to pay for false testimony from Bird and from Miss Bernhardt, and even writing a script for Miss Bernhardt to come in and recite in trial.
In her own handwriting.
We also have Donna Adelson adopting Charlie Adelson's extortion defense during and after Charlie's trial through text messages. And on the other hand, we have texts between Donna Adelson and Charlie Adelson in 2016, where we see that Charlie Adelson is telling her that his attorney is meeting with Garcia's attorney, and we see her reaction to that, which is not consistent with someone who believed that they were being extorted by Garcia or by that group for the past 2 years. We also see the 2016 text message.
That's a huge red flag that I didn't know about. So Garcia was arrested, one of the hitmen, and then Charlie's is texting his mom saying that like, hey, my attorney is meeting with Garcia's attorney. Why? To make sure that things go smoothly, to make sure they don't try to out you, to make sure that they don't try to out Katie? Are you trying to take care of them?
Messages where we see Donna Adelson's reaction to Charlie Adelson workshopping this other possible theory of Dan Markel's murder. And our argument is that reaction is not consistent to with somebody who believed that she was being extorted, according to Charlie Adelson, for the past 2 years. We also have evidence of consciousness of guilt in this case. We have her fleeing with an emergency fast-track visa she sought to obtain within hours of Charlie Adelson's verdict. And within also hours of Charlie Adelson's verdict, sending a text that says, basically, you know I'm next, but that won't happen, and I'll take care of that. And then going to board this flight to a non-extradition country a week later.
Moving for a judgment of acquittal, the defendant admits the facts and evidence in every conclusion favorable to the state that may be reasonably inferred from the evidence. As to the direct evidence, the circumstantial evidence, and also the consciousness of guilt evidence taken together, I believe this is sufficient to overcome the matter that was raised in Williams versus State. The motion for judgment of acquittal will be denied at this time.
The defense tried using case law to back up his argument. However, the judge has denied the motion for a judgment of acquittal. Our first defense witness for today is going to be witness number 1, Anne Elizabeth Cunningham, who has known Donna Adelson since 2009. She was with a partner at that time who was in Florida, and they happened to be at a Chinese restaurant eating pork rib, and he broke his tooth. So they're like, oh, I need a dentist to come fix my teeth. Harvey's here. I know Harvey. I went to school with Harvey. So she talks about how Donna was never hateful, never aggressive, never threatened to harm anyone.
Your observations of her over these, I guess, 15 years, have you found her to be a hateful person?
Never.
Is she aggressive towards others?
Never.
Have you ever heard her threaten anyone?
Never.
Have you ever seen her harm anyone?
Never.
Have you ever heard her threaten to have somebody harmed?
No.
You're aware that he was murdered?
Yes, I am.
Okay. At any time during that period, did she ever say she wanted to have Danny Markell killed?
Never.
Ever say she wanted him to be harmed?
Never.
She got upset, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how is it that she displayed her anger over that situation?
She would be frustrated, and then she would calm down, and she told me that she...
Hearsay.
Okay, you can't say what she said.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But during that time period, did she ever do anything other than vent to you about it?
Never.
Did she ever claim she was going to do anything about
Never.
it? Okay. There's been some testimony that she kind of managed her kids' lives. Did she give them advice?
Yes,
Did the children, as they were adults, make up their own minds about what they wanted to do?
absolutely.
Okay. Forward to the date that Danny Markell was murdered. That was July the 18th of 2014. Do you recall speaking to Mrs. Adelson on that date?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And can you explain to us how you were contacted and the nature of the conversation?
I was called, and Donna was quite hysterical.
Okay.
And she said to me, Danny's been shot.
Sustained.
Goes
Do
to-
not speak to what anyone said out of court, ma'am.
Your Honor.
Please continue.
May
It
we
is
approach,
true.
please? At the time that you spoke to Mrs. Adelson, was it the day that Danny was murdered?
When he was shot, yes.
Okay. And yeah, I use murdered because obviously he didn't pass away until the next day, but
Yes.
he was shot and barely surviving on the 18th. So that's when I refer to that. That's why I say that
Yes.
date. Okay.
Okay,
So when you spoke to her, did she call you or did you call her? Do you recall?
She called me.
Okay. And when she called you, did she appear to be upset?
Very.
Was she crying?
Yes.
Was her tone of voice, based on your knowledge of her for the 15 years, did she seem to be upset?
Very.
Okay. Did she seem to be at a point in time where she had just learned what had occurred?
Yes.
Did she indicate to you whether she had just learned that this had happened?
Yes.
Okay.
She
And-
did.
I'm sorry?
Yes, she did.
Okay. And during the course of your discussion with her about what had transpired, did she continue with this state of mind that she was upset?
Yes.
Okay. And while she was upset, what did she indicate to you?
She told me that Danny had been shot and that they were going to Tallahassee and that she was very concerned and worried about Wendy and the boys, whether they were in danger.
Okay.
Because she did not know who had shot him.
Okay. And did she indicate whether she was concerned about Danny and him being in the hospital?
Absolutely.
Okay. Did she indicate whether she had plans to go to...
If you didn't want your best friend to know, close friends to know, don't you kind of have to act this way though? Because at some point your best friend or a close friend's going to be like, oh, wait, hold on a second. I heard that your former son-in-law was shot. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you call me? I don't think it's weird that she called the best friend.
to see him at the hospital?
I don't recall.
Okay. During the time that you had this conversation with her, was this the only time that you spoke to her that evening?
I believe so. Maybe one more time.
Okay. Did she provide any information to you about a memorial service that took place?
Yes.
Okay. And did she tell you what had transpired at the memorial service?
She told me told me it was incredibly sad and painful and wrenching.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know if the jury's going to buy any of this, given what they've seen so far with Donna and the evidence. Now, they're going to get over to the Charlie's trial time frame. So Donna apparently did go over to her house to watch the trial together, but they're kind of like wishy-washy about how much of the trial they were watching.
Mrs. Adelson to stay in your home in Naples?
Yes, I did.
For the purpose of watching the trial?
Yes.
Okay. And are you aware that they actually did stay there for a good portion of the trial?
Yes.
All right. Could you explain to us the behavior, how Mrs. Adelson was acting at the time? Don't tell us what she said yet, but how was she portraying herself at that time? Was she upset?
Yes.
Okay. How did she express that to you, that she was upset? Not in words, just your observations, hearing her on the phone, etc.
She cried a lot.
Okay.
She was very concerned about Harvey,
Okay.
very concerned about Charlie,
Okay.
and just incredibly sad.
Okay. And during the time that she was sad and worried about Harvey and Charlie, now that he's going to prison for life, you knew
Yes,
that? Okay.
yes.
All right. So during that, when she's having these emotions, did she tell you that she was planning on
Please approach.
We were talking about the fact that you were speaking to Mrs. Adelson after the verdict came out about her son being convicted, correct?
Yes.
Was she upset about that?
Yes.
Was she crying?
Yes.
Was she, did she appear to be distraught about the circumstances?
Yes.
Was her actions and her words to you when she was discussing this with you, was she in a calm state or an excited state?
Very excited.
Okay. And during the course of her conversation with you in that state, did it become to your attention that Mrs. Adelson was considering an option about her life because all of this had just happened.
Yes,
Okay, and what was that?
she was considering taking her own life.
Now, through the testimonies of their friends, they're going to essentially say that, like, no, Don and Harvey, they weren't trying to go to Vietnam to escape. What? One-way ticket and then picking a non-extradition country? It's because they're just going on vacation. What do you mean?
If you know, and if you don't, just say you don't, but if you know from those same conversations with her in that state of mind that she had, did she ever discuss with you a potential plan to just get away to clear her head?
Yes,
Okay.
Now, are you familiar with the defendant's statement that she could be buried in the bar mitzvah dress that she bought?
Yeah, I was wondering if Georgia was going to ask that.
no, I'm not.
I guess if she was going to be buried in that dress, she probably wasn't, at least at the time she made that statement, going to be making it to the bar mitzvah. Would you agree?
No, she was always going to be making it to the bar mitzvah, as far as I knew.
Even if she was dead and buried, she was going to make it.
I never heard that.
Okay. Was she suicidal when you spoke with her after Charlie's verdict?
Yes,
Okay.
Here we go.
You were best friends with her.
yes,
Okay. And she would call and vent to you about Danny Markell.
sometimes.
All right. And did she ever call him names?
Not to my knowledge, not to me.
Did she share with you that she was planning to offer a bribe to Mr. Markell to facilitate relocation?
I don't recall.
Did she talk to you about plans to threaten
I don't recall. Oh, a little less strong of an answer. I don't recall.
or to convert the children to Christianity in order to strong-arm Mr. Markell?
She mentioned that she had said that, and she said that was so foolish of me.
When did she say that?
I don't know whether we were together or on a phone call, I'm not sure.
Did she ever tell you that she was being extorted in reference to Mr. Markell's murder?
Eventually, yes.
Okay, and when you say eventually, when did she tell you that?
We were on a trip to Japan together.
Okay, when was the trip to Japan?
We took so many trips, I'm not exactly sure of the year.
Was it between the murder and the first arrests?
I don't recall.
And when she told you that she was being extorted, then naturally you learned that she knew who had killed Dan Markell.
No,
Obviously, it's the people that are extorting her, right?
she didn't know what, are you talking about? Yeah, I guess, I don't know.
She was forced to make payments to the people that killed
Yes,
Dan Markell.
yes.
That's what the checks were all about, right?
I don't know about the checks.
Well, when she told you she was being extorted, if it wasn't about the checks, how was she being extorted?
I'm confusing that with the bump, I believe, that Charlie was being extorted by Catherine.
Prior to the bump, you knew that Charlie was being extorted by Catherine.
No, I believe it was afterwards.
After the bump, you learned that Charlie was being extorted by Catherine.
I'm not sure of the timeline.
Okay. And when you learned that Charlie was being extorted by Catherine, you learned that your friend, your best friend, Donna Adelson, was also being forced to write these checks as payment to the killers that were extorting.
I don't recall.
And when
It's starting to get a little convoluted, ain't it? It's tough, Ann. It's tough.
And did you watch the trial of Charlie Adelson?
At the very end.
Okay. And during the trial of Charlie Adelson, were you in regular communication with your best friend, Donna Adelson?
Yes, but we didn't really discuss the trial.
Well, would it
What?
refresh your recollection to review your text messages during the trial?
I guess, it's a long time ago.
An approach.
We wouldn't discuss Charlie's trial while it was happening?
Here, but you're
Sure.
free to look at as many as you need to for context.
Oh, yes, this part I do recall.
You recall that. Thank you.
You can show that's the same message.
Your best friend's son is on trial for murder, and y'all were just hanging out, drinking mimosas and shit? I find that very hard to believe.
So you did keep some tabs on your friend during the trial of her son?
Yes.
Okay, and she was watching the trial of her son, as we learned, at your residence, right?
Yes,
Okay. And when Charlie Adelson was convicted, you disagreed with the verdict, right?
yes,
You think the jury got it wrong, didn't you?
yes.
And that was out of loyalty to your friend, right?
No, I thought they got it wrong.
They got it wrong. Okay. And you, in fact, said to Mrs. Adelson, I know you are all innocent. All caps, all, right?
Yes,
Meaning Charlie's innocent.
yes,
Wendy's innocent.
definitely.
No Adelson had anything to do with the murder of Dan Markell. Isn't that what you think?
Yes,
Okay. And when she went to Vietnam, or was trying,
Didn't she just say that she didn't really watch the trial? She'd only watched towards the end? I guess just believed your friends over the trial stuff. You don't like the vibes of Donna's friend. Donna's friend is giving the vibe of, I will say whatever it takes to keep my friend out of this. You know how some people testify and it feels like they're telling the truth because sometimes they'll drop some dirt on their friend, or sometimes, they'll be like, yeah, I don't believe she did it. But with her, it's just, yeah, like a little bit of a yes man vibe, I guess.
To go to Vietnam to clear her head. She was going to clear her head in a non-extradition country. Can you agree with that?
I wasn't aware it was non-extradition.
Okay. She was going to clear her head with a one-way ticket to go do the head clearing.
She had no idea how long they were staying or where they would go.
Are you familiar with her statement that she's hoping to make it out of the airport on time?
Yes?
Hoping to make it out before what?
No, she meant the plane was on time.
No, ma'am. I'm referring to hoping to make it out before law enforcement apprehended her. You aware of that?
No.
She didn't say that statement to you.
When Donna said she was hoping to make it out on time, the friend took it as, oh, she was just hoping the plane would leave on time. Oh, the jury could not be buying this at all.
I don't recall, really.
Okay.
Oy, oy, oy.
Do you remember Mrs. Adelson texting you?
Defense comes back, and this is how they end things.
Donna didn't tell you at the time she was writing checks that she was writing checks, correct?
No.
And when you spoke about extortion, you were talking about Charlie being extorted?
Yes.
Donna, did she ever say she was actually being extorted? Or
No.
how? Okay.
No.
Okay. Now, you were asked questions by the state, which implied that Ms. Adelson was going to a non-extradition
Wait, isn't that bad, though, that Donna never told her that Donna was being extorted? This has to be confusing the jury right now.
country. She wasn't returning, right?
That's what I was told.
Just now, while you were
Yes,
testifying.
yes.
You didn't hear that before?
No,
Did Donna ever tell you she wasn't coming back?
never.
In fact, she told you she was coming back, didn't she?
Definitely.
And she was coming back, without a doubt, to go to what?
Lincoln's bar mitzvah.
Okay. I don't have anything further.
You may step down. Will this witness be recalled by the defense or the state potentially in rebuttal?
Witness number 2 for the defense is going to be Ron Gutterson, and he's actually the partner of the woman that was just testifying earlier. Again, he's going to talk about the story about his broken tooth, and just look at how his demeanor is at the beginning of the testimony.
Everything is closed, we're hungry. What do you eat? Chinese food. So we order Chinese food, I bite into the spare rib, I crack my front tooth. I call a friend of mine who's a dentist in New York who also went to high school with us. And I said to him, who do we know in Florida? I need a dentist.
Wait a second. Why hasn't she been attending the trial? Does she not want to listen to the state's portion of the evidence? Where were you, best friend?
He gave me a choice of names, one of which was Harvey. The other fellows were academics teaching at the university. Harvey I knew from high school. I called him on Christmas. He saw me the next day and we reconnected and we became friendly, and then he and Donna and Annie and I would travel together and we really bonded. The chemistry was there.
After the verdict was rendered in Charlie's case, did you speak with Harvey and Donna?
Distraught, and Harvey was off the wall.
What do you mean when you say off the wall?
He was devastated. His son was convicted.
Oh, Donna, look at Donna.
Now, I want to back up a little bit.
pulling it
Can you tell us a little bit about your background and education?
I have an undergraduate degree in economics.
Did you become aware that Harvey and Donna were trying to travel to clear their heads?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know whether or not that was a permanent move or was it temporary?
It was, to the best of my knowledge, a temporary move. It was approximately November, and they were coming back in January or February for their youngest grandchild's bar mitzvah.
So it was a temporary move?
So, although they were traveling, they made it clear that they'd be back for the bar mitzvah.
Yes, Donna had told Annie that she purchased a dress.
Can't say what somebody else said. Just you
Yes,
were
I was aware they were going to return.
under any set of circumstances would they not have returned?
I don't know. Under normal circumstances, they would move heaven and earth to be there for that traditional occasion.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Then we get into the cross-examination, and boy, has his demeanor really changed.
You said that under normal circumstances, they were going to make every effort to return to attend that bar mitzvah, right?
Yes.
Obviously, normal circumstances would not include a warrant being issued for their arrest for first-degree murder. That would be an abnormal
I
circumstance.
am not aware of that.
But you would agree that would be an abnormal circumstance that might
Yes.
prevent them
And
from
by the
coming
same
back.
token, at the time, there was no warrant out for her arrest when they left.
Right, but might cause them to not come back, wouldn't it?
Once again,
It might cause them to not
it
come back.
might. You'd have to think twice.
Sure. And when the verdict came down on Charlie Adelson's case, do you recall Mrs. Adelson reaching out to the two of you saying maybe she might want you to come to where she was? Do you remember that?
To Vietnam?
No, sir. She wasn't in Vietnam. I don't know exactly where she was, but she
You
said.
mean in Florida, in the state of Florida?
Yes, sir. Can't say exactly why, but we may need you guys to come here. Remember that?
Yeah, for moral support.
Okay. And where were you located at the time that those text messages?
Can't say why, but we need you guys to come here. Yeah, for moral support. But she said she can't say why.
Percent. Were you in New York?
Best of my knowledge, in New Jersey.
In New Jersey. Okay. And she says that Wendy's not responding to them, so she has some issues she may need your help with. Do you remember that?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
And those were the issues regarding your assistance with managing the rental properties?
No, just overall moral support.
Okay. Well, she says specifically Ron may have some work to do here. What is that reference? Is that the moral support?
That and helping with Jared, but
Man, his tone has changed so much. Remember this guy when he was under direct examination in the very beginning and he was all smiley talking about like the teeth and stuff like that, or the broken tooth? Now is a completely different demeanor. Sir, you should have just kept up the act.
was never spoken to by Donna about this matter. This was between Harvey and myself.
Okay. But you understood that you may be needed to come down.
My
to Florida
services
to
may be
help.
needed as a friend to assist.
Right.
And stop cutting off Georgia. It makes you look really bad. Just let her finish talking.
And you were happy to do that, right?
That's what friends are for.
In fact, the response is, whenever, whatever you need, we're there.
Words to that effect, yes.
Thank you. Nothing further.
I don't know. That's good for the jury to hear. That's what friends are for. What else are friends for, sir?
Correct? It's fine.
Like, I get it when you're in a cross-examination and it's really brutal and it drags out. And then at some point, yeah, you do have your moments where you want to, like, you know, clap back at the state. But that cross-examination was really short and he was already seeming to be impatient in the very beginning.
Members of the jury, the bailiff will take you to the jury room. We will at that time hear from the next witness.
Yeah, for more support. I mean, that's what friends are for. Jeez, sir. It's possible that their friends genuinely believe that they're not guilty, even though, you know, one of them didn't even watch the trial of Charlie Adelson until the very end. And it's possible that they believe that Donna and Harvey were just simply just going to go to Vietnam to clear their heads and they're really going to plan on coming back for the bar mitzvahs. That's possible. However, you know, the jury's going to think, well, it's going to be about what Donna has shown so far in her text messages and how she acted and how she was trying to get a visa ASAP and she was hoping to leave on time. So there's just a lot that is held against Donna right now. Our next witness is going to be the defense's hired digital forensics person. And I'll highlight their testimony, but essentially she talks about how she went through law enforcement's report about this call records between Donna and Charlie. And that because he didn't filter through some stuff, her report is more accurate. It shows that there was actually less calls between Donna and Charlie. However, the number of calls, I mean, it was less, but to me, I don't think it was that significant.
However, my focus was on Donna's cell phone records. So that's where I kept most of my focus, was on her records. The date range was May 2nd, 2014 through July 20th, 2014.
And according to the tool that was used by Sergeant Corbett, how many times did Charlie Adelson's device attempt to communicate with Donna Adelson's device?
So it's my understanding that this would contain both directions. Charlie calling Donna, Donna calling Charlie, and both connected and attempted, right? So if it's a voicemail or if it actually, like, there was an elapsed time of, let's just say a minute, right? So this would theoretically contain all of that activity. So based on this chart, it appears that this tool said that there were 417 unique communication events.
And I think we saw a preview of this in the defense's cross of Corbett. I think defense was trying to push and say that there were redundancies. Was it through Corbett or was it through the other guy? That there could have been redundancies and that it may have seemed like it was 417 unique communications, but really there were a lot less or something. Do I think she's going to testify about Donna's location on the night the money was delivered? I don't think so. I'm trying to think of, because I think the defense did agree with the state of Donna's movements, but they're just trying to say that, well, Donna didn't go to Charlie's house. Donna could have just drove by Charlie's house. Donna could have just taken this route because of traffic or construction or something like that. I don't know if they were going to fight about the cell location. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Nope. There was a cell tower argument that if one cell tower was overloaded, is it possible that Donna's phone, instead of connecting to the closest cell tower, it could have connected to one that was closer to Charlie? So not necessarily her being near Charlie's location, but she was forced to connect to Charlie's location. Maybe that's an argument right there, because she did talk about how her work history includes call detail records, cell site location stuff, location frequency, and then mapping out patterns of life. So maybe she'll get into that as well. Yeah, possibly.
And were you able to?
I wasn't able to come up with 417, but a filter for Charlie and Donna's cell phone numbers. And at that point for these dates, I think I got maybe 383 unique call events. And that was, again, taking out the overlapping dates. The second.
Okay, so initial number was 417. She got to 383. I mean, I guess that's like still a lot though. Almost like 40 calls less.
Step I did was I thought, well, maybe the tool didn't do that, and it just took everything and it didn't deduplicate the dates. So I tried it again, and I got 393 when I did not take out any extra dates. So, and these were just calls. I was only looking at calls. June 23rd, 2014 through July 22nd, 2014. Again, I did the same process like I did with Charlie's. I went to go look through all the data to see if I could find a file that would cover this date range and only this date range, and I was able to find a file that covered this date range. So for this one, I took the original file that I mentioned and I just looked at the filters between Charlie and Donna's phone number, and I was able to recreate the 80 when I just look at the totality of the data. I went through each line by line and removed manually any rows that I believed to be referencing the same call event. So when I did that, I got, for this time frame, deduplicated, and this would be attempted and connected, right? So it's including the voicemail. It's just noting that there's only one line for that voicemail, not potentially 3. I got 69 unique call events that would be connected and attempted.
So the failure to manually go through these records resulted in an overinflated report in these frequency reports.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, in the first report from May 2nd to July 20th, law enforcement came up with 417. The difference in her number was like 24 to 34 less. And then for the second recreation, I guess law enforcement came up with 80, and she got 11 less calls during the time period of July 23rd to July 22nd. It's like, okay, it's like not a huge number in my opinion, but I guess, I don't know. I guess she can look at other time periods, but I don't know if she even has access to that. Well, I guess the defense can give it to her because, this is their expert. I guess she'll look at other time periods between Donna and Charlie, maybe like historically within the past, 12 months in 2014 and 12 months in 2012, or what was the other time frame? Oh, it's all in 2014. Okay, so this is like way after 2014. Okay, this is around when Dan Markel was getting murdered. I guess she'll look at it historically and just show that this is very typical of them to be calling this much, maybe. I don't know if the number was like half or like way, I don't know. The difference was like way more, I think maybe, but I'm like, okay, it's less. So that's where I thought maybe that's where they were going, but no, they don't talk about historically what do calls between Charlie and Donna typically look like. Because I would guess it would compare the different time periods and say that, hey, even though it looks like this dude calls his mama so many times, it's normal. He's been calling her like that for the past 10 years, right? That doesn't really happen. They jump over to the cell site data portion now, where this is where Donna finds out from Wendy that Dan Markel was shot, and she's driving up to Tallahassee with Harvey. State says that, well, during the drive, there was an hour that was unaccounted for, and it seems like it was because Donna was dropping off the money that they had for the hitman, dropping off the money at Charlie's house. Because remember, that was debated by the defense. Well, how do you know that Donna was actually there? Donna could have been in traffic. There could have been construction. But then Donna sends that text message.
Did Donna Adelson's handset ever connect to a tower that could provide coverage to Charlie Adelson's home on July 18th of 2014?
This is what I was mentioning earlier.
Coverage to Charlie Adelson's home on July 18th of 2014.
No.
With those same records, was there any instance on July 18th of 2014 where Charlie Adelson's handset and Donna Adelson's handset were connecting to the same tower?
No.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
So Zellman is saying, or, trying to allude that, well, if Donna went over Charlie's house, then wouldn't Donna's phone connect to the same cell site tower as Charlie's? All right, Georgia. How are we going to handle this?
You don't disagree with the fact that her phone was communicating with the cell site in North Miami at 8:35 p.m. and you don't disagree with that site or sector that he mapped there, right?
Correct.
And you don't disagree with, on the following slide, that the next time she has location in her cell records is at 10:57, and you don't disagree with that cell site or sector that he mapped, right?
So I think the 1053.
I'm sorry, 1053. Thank you.
Was actually Harvey's cell phone,
Okay.
but if they're presumably in the same vehicle, the tower and sector is correct.
Okay, so for the location south of Charlie's residence and the location north of Charlie's residence that we have location for, you do not disagree with that?
No.
Okay. And the iMessage where she says outside your house, would you expect to have location for iMessages?
If it's from an iCloud return, no, I would not expect there to be location information from iCloud.
Okay, so I just want to be clear. It's not that we do have location for outside your house and it's not consistent with Charlie's house. It's just that we don't have location at all for outside your house.
Correct. There is no location.
But Donna Adelson says her location in that message, right?
There's the text message from the iCloud.
She does. How do you fight against that?
Correct.
Where she says outside your house.
Correct. That's the contents.
Okay.
This next question is the reason why Donna's best friend has to come back from the airport and testify in court today.
Was there a phone call between Donna Adelson and Annie Cunningham on the evening or night of July 18th, 2014?
I'm not familiar with that name.
You're not familiar with the name Annie Cunningham?
No.
Okay. What if I gave you her number? Would you be able to look and see?
I don't have the call details memorized, so
Do you have them with you?
the original documents I do.
Laptop? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you be able to look and see?
I'm going to object if you want to go direct.
Please approach.
So Annie Cunningham was the first witness. Okay, long sidebar, we think?
You will do so.
The objection is overruled.
Your call detail records for Donna Adelson.
Of course.
Oh boy, I would hate to have to do work on the spot like this. It makes me nervous.
Say the 845 being the area code?
Yes.
Okay. That's the number we're looking for.
Okay.
And my the 18th of
July 18.
And to reiterate, it started with 8:45, correct? The evening of the 18th, and I do not see a call to that number.
Okay.
Wait a second. Oh no, she says she does not see a call to that number. So when Annie Cunningham was testifying this morning, she said that when the day that Dan Markel was murdered, again on July, wait, hold on a second. Is it the same date? Hold on, let me see what's going
From
first.
noon to noon on the 18th through midnight on the 18th, I don't see a call to that phone number.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we saw your presentation where one slide was kind of showing us what the raw records look like, right?
Correct.
And the next slide was showing us an example of how a duplicate event looks. It can look like 3 entries, but it's actually one event, right?
Correct.
And then we saw the Sergeant Corbett's frequency report.
Okay, so I think that's where the state was going. Annie testified earlier that the day that Dan Markel was shot, she said that Donna called her and Donna was really upset. She was crying, told her what happened. But the state just asked their own defense expert to look up the call detail record between Donna and Annie. And she's saying that she doesn't see that phone call. Huh. Yikes. I guess the defense, they can come back and say, well, you don't know when Donna made that phone call to Annie. You don't know that Donna actually used her cell phone, right? She could have used Charlie's, or sorry, not Charlie's, Harvey's phone. Or she could use a pay phone. Or she could have used WhatsApp. Here's a portion of what the state was able to elicit out of her testimony in regards to the numbers that seem to have been incongruent. Her numbers and Sergeant Corbett's numbers.
And your testimony was that for Donna Adelson's frequency analysis, just with Charlie Adelson, instead of 80 events, she actually had 69 when you take out the duplicates.
Connected and attempted.
Connected and attempted, okay. What do you think that shows that's helpful to the defense in this case?
I think it just goes to, when I look at records, I like to be precise with my numbers.
Okay. And when Sergeant Corbett testified, he did let the jury know that this contains duplicates, though, right, for the frequency report?
I think he said that it does include voicemail forwarding events.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is he didn't say anything that was unreliable or inaccurate with that.
I think that being able to see exactly how many can be important.
Because it's 69 and not 80 when duplicates are taken out, does that mean that Charlie Adelson and Donna Adelson don't have a relationship?
No.
And you still agree that Charlie Adelson is still Donna Adelson's most frequent contact, right?
For that time period.
Do you know the total amount the defense has paid for your testimony here today?
I don't. The company does, but
Do you know about the amount of hours that you spent on this case, including travel?
the amount of hours on the total case, no. On travel, they just do a flat rate of 10 hours if I work over 10 hours. So for yesterday, so the trip for the trial would have been about 30 hours, so about $10,000.
Okay, thank you.
Redirect examination.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Zellman is going to bring up WhatsApp because we're wondering, it's possible that Donna could use something else to call her friend.
Are you familiar with the apps WhatsApp and Viper?
Yes.
Okay. How did those show up on call detail records?
So any applications, anything third party, really even FaceTime audio or FaceTime video is technically not, through the AT&T network. All of that activity would be a data transaction. So when you look at AT&T records for a data transaction, it's not going to show you individual items, for example, that you got an email and that was so many bytes sent on the network. It's just going to show you a time that the data session was open and how many bytes were received and how many bytes were sent from the handset to and from the network. So AT&T does show data transactions, but it's not going to show like a FaceTime audio or, an email.
Defense asked, well, could there be a call to Annie Cunningham on WhatsApp or some app that you're not able to show? Was Donna Adelson the afternoon, evening, night of July 18th, 2014, was she using her phone to make voice calls and answer voice calls to and from people that night? Like, and when I say voice call, I mean like if I picked up my phone and called your phone, an ordinary voice call, was she using her phone in that manner with other people that night?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The defense need to redirect on that one point.
Can you tell us how many calls from 8:30 p.m. until 1 a.m. you see in Mrs. Adelson's records?
3.
Nothing further.
That's why you messed up, Doug.
Thank you.
So I guess Zellman's trying to show that, well, there's only 3 calls. She wasn't making that many calls because she was using WhatsApp. But the state could also use it as, well, it was 3 calls because she didn't really care about Dan Markel and she didn't really bother calling a bunch of people because she really wasn't upset. Before they break for lunch, it seems like there's a witness that needs to come back from the airport and testify. I wonder who.
Is Ms. Cunningham available?
She's supposed to be returning from the airport, Judge.
Okay.
So you had gone to the airport after your last testimony, right?
That is correct.
And returned to the courthouse?
Yes.
To tell us what, that you used Viber or WhatsApp to make
Yes.
that phone call?
Yes.
So it wasn't a regular phone call?
Correct.
Okay, so you misspoke earlier or it just wasn't clear?
No, I said she called me.
Okay, and she called you and made a regular phone call on June 23rd, the month before the murder, right?
I don't recall. Maybe she made many phone calls.
And she called you on a regular line on July 20th, just 2 days after the murder. Do you recall that?
If you say so.
Okay, and July 21st.
The objection?
Yeah, the witness is not being shown the evidence that she's being confronted with.
I believe she is not
Wasn't
asked,
to.
or she is not asked to recall, or let me clear this up. Ms. Cunningham, do you need to see the items that the state is referring to refresh your recollection?
No?
Do I?
Would
Yes,
you like
if
to see
if
them?
I spoke with her, I spoke with her.
Okay, so you have no reason to contest that you spoke with her via regular phone call June 23rd, July 20th, and July 21st.
If it's on the record, yes.
But you're saying
Did she miss her flight and now she has to book a new one? Oh no.
it was a WhatsApp or a Viber on the 18th.
Yes, they were in the car, and they often called on those apps in the car.
Would it surprise you to learn that WhatsApp didn't offer voice calls until March of 2015?
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't know that. Oh, Georgia. Oh, Georgia's so smart. Oh my goodness. Well, that kind of solves the WhatsApp thing. Well, I guess what's the other one they were talking about? Viber or Fiber? I've never heard of that one. WhatsApp, I know. Let's play back again. Oh no. Well, there goes WhatsApp.
July 21st.
If it's in the record, yes.
But you're saying it was a WhatsApp or a Viber on the 18th.
Yes, they were in the car, and they often called on those apps in the car.
Would it surprise you to learn that WhatsApp didn't offer voice calls until March of 2015?
Then it was on Viber.
Must have been Viber, huh? Nothing further.
Redirect examination of the witness.
I guess it surprises me that she would know what Donna called her on back in 2014. I'd just be like, oh, I don't know. She just called me. Oh, yeah, it could be this. Yeah, I guess it could be that. Were you listening to testimony, ma'am?
You may step down.
I was wondering if Georgia was going to be like, well, Fiber didn't offer a voice call until 2019. All right, there's still one app out there that they could have used. Witness number 4 is also going to be a friend of Donna and Harvey's. He talks about how they were in a gourmet club together, which sounds kind of cool. I guess like you're in a club where people serve you gourmet meals. They go on vacations together. His wife is a real estate / corporate bankruptcy estate planning attorney. Now, you recognize his name. He is the person that was with Donna when she was talking about extradition, when she was talking about, harming herself and how she was really upset with Charlie's verdict. Whew.
My name is Richard Chagrin.
Mr. Chagrin, how do
Oh, Richard, you're one of the guys that were on the phone call. Okay, so he was on the phone call when Donna was trying to talk about Vietnam and extradition, and she didn't realize the call was recording. Because I remember seeing Chagrin on there. I'm pretty sure that was you. I think you and your wife were there.
How do you know my client, Donna Adelson?
I met them 38 years ago. They're best friends. The wife was the president and CEO of a nonprofit. I was chairman of the board.
Did you speak with Donna or Harvey on the day that Charlie was convicted?
No.
How about the next day?
Yes.
Without telling us what they said, did you and your wife go to their residence in Miami?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got there, can you describe Donna for us?
She was distraught.
And what about Harvey?
Harvey was like in shock.
This is the friend that helps Donna. I keep saying Donnie, Harvey. This is the friend that helps Donna and Harvey book a trip to Vietnam.
Were you somewhat savvier than they when it comes to booking travel?
Oh yeah, I've been to 75 countries around the world.
Okay. And were you asked to assist them in any way on November 7th of 2023?
Yes.
And specifically, what were you asked to do?
Initially, I helped Donna with the visa. And then when we were done applying for the visa, Donna took Susan to show her the dress that she bought for Lincoln's bar mitzvah. And then she asked Harvey to sit down with me and make plane reservations.
Now, I don't know if the jury is going to believe that this sounds a little bit rehearsed because we're hitting up a bunch of points, right? We're hitting up the dress for the bar mitzvah that Donna said she was planning on wearing because she's planning on coming back. That's a contention right there. The state's saying that, no, she wasn't going to come back. The defense is fighting, saying, no, she was going to come back for the bar mitzvah 3 months later on. The other point they're going to hit on is that we were the ones that helped Donna book this flight to Vietnam and that we were assisting her, helping with the one-way and also the 90-day visa.
Okay. When you sat down to assist with the reservations, what did you discover?
The ironic thing was that the round trip was a fraction more than one way. And I suggested, since you don't know when you're coming back until sometime in January, book a one-way. And I remember commenting to Harvey, I said, I'd be willing to bet it's cheaper to fly from Vietnam to the United States than it is from the United States to Vietnam.
Now,
so you're the one who told Donna to book a one-way. Gotcha. Okay.
Let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about the visa. Were there options that were given when selecting which visa to apply for?
To my recollection, there was only two options, a 30-day or a 90-day.
Do you know why the 90-day was selected?
Well, I said they didn't know how long they were going to be gone.
And do you remember if the visa that was applied for only allowed them to come into the country once, or did it allow them to come into the country multiple times?
I'm not aware.
Okay. Now, you indicated that they were coming back for their grandson's bar mitzvah?
Yes.
Okay.
She's looking at the jury to see if they believe her.
Why, if you know, why were they wanting to get out of town?
Well, unfortunately, they were barraged by the media. Fortunately, live in a condo, so they didn't let them in. And they were afraid to leave the building.
Now, maybe the defense can bring up some text messages to back this claim up that they were afraid of the media, that they were scared of the public, that there was so much attention scrutiny on them. We'll see.
To your knowledge, had the Adelsons been to Vietnam in the past?
Yes.
And they found it to be relaxing?
To my knowledge, I was there. I thought it was a great country, great people, great food.
Can you describe the type of mother and grandmother that you observed Donna to be?
Well, Donna was the ultimate Jewish mother, not unlike my wife, that was very involved in their children and grandchildren's lives. I think Donna maybe was a little more involved in her grandchildren because of the situation of grandsons losing their father, Wendy working, and also they lived close by, Donna and Harvey in South Beach.
But it seems like Donna made herself involved, right? Because, well, the children were not living in South Beach. They were living closer to where Wendy and their father were living. She made herself involved in their lives after doing what she did to Dan Markel.
Am I hearing you correctly? You would describe Donna as a typical Jewish grandmother?
More than typical.
There's going to be a back and forth between the state and the defense in terms of booking this Vietnam trip. Also, Georgia, oh man, Georgia's doing a really good job in cross-examination, just to remind the jury just how unhinged Donna's emails were to Wendy. He's looking over the jury.
At the time that you were assisting them on November 7th of 2023 with the travel, had they decided when they were coming back from Vietnam?
They were undecided, other than the fact that they were going to, whether it was prior to the bar mitzvah or just before the bar mitzvah, they didn't know how long they were going to be gone.
But they were coming back for the bar mitzvah?
Oh, definitely. They wouldn't miss it for the world.
The time that the travel was booked, the bar mitzvah was less than 90 days away, right?
It was in January.
Do you recall giving a deposition? It was by Zoom, but I was present, August 29th, 2024.
Vaguely.
Uh-oh.
And in that deposition, weren't you asked, so did you make any of the decisions when to travel or how to travel, or were you just the conduit to the technology? And your answer was the conduit for the technology.
Yes.
But now
today
he's
you're
saying
saying you're the one that suggested that they fly one way.
Objection, Your Honor, improper impeachment.
Overruled.
Isn't that right?
Well, to me, that's part of being the conduit, just suggesting.
But she asked you, did you make a decision? When, how, or were you just a conduit for technology? As in, was Donna telling you what to book and you're just the one who's taking care of all the booking stuff? It seemed like in your testimony earlier, sir, it seemed like you're the one that said you decided to do a one-way ticket because it was cheaper to book it that way. And then I guess book the return flight later on.
You were there because you were more computer savvy than Harvey or Donna, right?
I was there that day.
Yes, sir. To help with the computer is what you said in the deposition.
Well, once we got there, I was there because my wife had done estate planning for them.
Okay, but what you did in reference to the travel planning was help with the computer.
Yes,
Because you were more computer savvy than these two.
correct.
Okay. But today you're saying you suggested the one-way flight, right?
I just offered my suggestion.
Okay. And you said that Donna Adelson is a typical Jewish grandmother. Does a typical Jewish grandmother suggest dressing her grandchildren up in Nazi uniforms?
Oof.
Not to my knowledge.
No further questions.
Correct combination.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oof.
When you were deposed on August 29th of 2024, did Ms. Kappelman ask you if you made any suggestions about a one-way ticket or a round-trip ticket?
I don't remember.
Would it be helpful if I showed you a copy of your deposition transcript?
Surely.
Did Ms. Kappelman ask if you made any decisions?
No.
Well, she asked if you made decisions, but you did not make decisions, did you?
No.
You made suggestions.
Yes.
I have to listen again later on, but it sounded like he was the one that decided 90 day because they didn't know when they're going to come back.
Does he need to be retained or is he released?
Did he say suggestion?
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can we go back real quick? Go back.
The ironic thing was that the round trip was a fraction more than one way, and I suggested, since you don't know when you're coming back until sometime in January, book a one way. And I remember commenting to Harvey, I said, I'd be willing to bet it's
A fraction more than one way. Like how much more? Round trip was a fraction more than a one way.
cheaper to fly from Vietnam to the United States than it is from the United States to Vietnam.
Now, let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about the visa.
But what about Dubai? And what about the extradition? Why does it matter that she has to choose an extradition country? Wait, why didn't Georgia ask that? So were you the one that recommended Donna for the Vietnam because of non-extradition?
As a licensed private investigator, were you retained by my office to interview an individual by the name of Patricia Byrd?
Yes,
And where was she located?
in the Leon County Jail.
Okay. How many
Oh, okay. All right.
times did you meet with Miss Byrd?
Once.
And that was at the Leon County Jail?
Yes.
And do you remember when that was?
I want to say January. Can I look? Miss Byrd was on January 24th.
Did you tell Miss Byrd that Mrs. Adelson was going to pay her for her testimony?
No.
Okay. Specifically, did you tell Miss Byrd that Donna Adelson was going to buy her a piece of land?
No.
What about a trailer?
No.
What about veneers for her teeth?
No.
What about a small vehicle for her and her children?
No.
Okay. Did Miss Byrd tell you that Mrs. Adelson had offered those items to her?
No.
Did Miss Byrd tell you that Mrs. Adelson confessed to any portion of the crimes with which Mrs. Adelson is charged in this case?
Did she tell you that? I'm sorry. Can you read that?
Did
for me?
Miss Byrd tell you that Mrs. Adelson confessed to her?
No.
Why did you interview Miss Byrd?
I was given a list of names to interview.
By defense
But why?
counsel?
Correct.
Okay. And she was not a state witness at that time, right?
I wouldn't know.
Did you record your interview with Miss Byrd?
No.
Why not?
The SAO investigators were able to record their interview with her. Why didn't you when you interviewed her?
I wasn't asked to do that.
But wouldn't it be good to record it just to be thorough? I feel like nowadays, it's just record. Hit the press button, right? Hit the record button.
Asked by who?
The attorneys.
So they didn't ask you to do it?
They didn't ask me to record it, no.
Okay. Could you have taken a recorder and recorded it, though?
Had I requested it for the jail to permit me to take a recorder in there?
The jail does allow that.
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Okay. If you get permission in your experience, is it typical
Correct,
for
yes.
jails to allow you to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Since you didn't ask for permission to take a recording device into the jail when you met with Miss Byrd, how did you take accurate notes?
As I was speaking with them, I wrote everything down that they were saying to me.
Okay.
So I did pen and paper.
Pen to paper. And had the state requested those through the discovery process, you would have been able to produce those.
Correct.
Nothing further.
This may seem a little redundant. There's another PI that also interviewed Patricia Byrd. However, this PI was hired by Donna's former attorney, Daniel Rashbaum, the same guy that represented Charlie Adelson. Oh, this guy. I think initially the judge was a little bit weary of having this guy being on the witness list because he wasn't sure if this guy was tainted by Dan Rashbaum's knowledge through Charlie Adelson. So they're like, hey, if y'all fuck up and this guy accidentally tells you something that Dan Rashbaum told him that he found out through Charlie, then you might be messing up your entire case. So if you're going to use him, be careful.
She told me she had some information about what Katie McBanowa had stated to her back in 2021 when they were incarcerated together.
Now, did she tell you that Donna Adelson offered her any sort of compensation to testify in her case?
No, sir.
Okay. Specifically, did Miss Byrd tell you that Donna Adelson offered to buy her a piece of land?
No, sir.
Did Miss Byrd tell you that Donna Adelson offered to buy her a trailer for that piece of land?
No, sir.
Did Miss Byrd tell you Miss Adelson offered to buy her a vehicle?
No, sir.
What about veneers for her teeth?
No, sir.
So she didn't tell you any of.
If Patricia Byrd was offered all these types of different compensations, why would she want to tell anyone about that? It's like, hey, I was offered land, veneers, drugs, and in exchange for that, I'm going to give false testimony. Why would she ever tell anyone that? If she was planning on doing that, give false testimony, and she was offered something for compensation, you wouldn't want to tell anyone that. So the fact that she didn't tell Donna's two PIs that interviewed her, I'm not surprised. But here's the thing. Even though they're trying really hard to discredit Patricia Byrd is the person that had the handwritten notes from Donna Adelson. Donna wrote in Q&A trying to... So I actually had the inmates mixed up at this point, but chat does correct me later on.
Did you record your interview with Miss Byrd?
I was instructed by prior
Why would she tell Donna's team again that Donna confessed to her? That's not something you would mention. You'd probably tell the state about it.
defense counsel to not record the interview. That wasn't unusual because we spoke to I spoke to several prior inmates throughout those 2 or 3 months. So to answer your question, no, sir, I did not record the interview.
Did Miss Byrd talk extensively about Miss McBanawa?
Yes, she did.
Did she say that...
I feel like if you wanted to have it solid, record the damn interview. Record the damn interview, because if you have a chance to record anything and you can give that to the jury, that will convince them way more because there's something solid that they can listen to. And for example, they can hear it in Patricia's own words on the recorded call or whatever this is, the recording.
That Donna Adelson...
There's a reason why y'all didn't record it.
...told her to say those things.
No, absolutely not.
Did Miss Byrd know who Donna Adelson was prior to meeting Miss Adelson?
No, she did not.
It's like when law enforcement does a police interview of a suspect and they don't record the fucking interview. When nowadays recording is so easy. It's not like you got to go to Best Buy, buy a tape recorder, and then buy a tape, and then buy some extra batteries. It's like y'all can just do it on your phone, whatever it is, that technology that you have, you can just record it. It's really weird that you choose not to record it.
She heard the name Donna Adelson.
No, she didn't. She actually told me when she met her.
When
in the jail, like she never heard of Donna's name.
So, Mr. Barnes, you said that you interviewed Miss Byrd because Donna Adelson's prior defense counsel said that this may be a person who has information.
That's correct.
But that was prior to July 25 when the state listed Patricia Byrd as a possible witness for the state, right?
That was August 30th, 2024.
Okay. So in August of 24, the defense, for some reason, would have thought this person may have information and gone to you to interview them.
Correct.
Okay. And defense counsel asked you about this, but you said you did not record your interview with her?
No.
Okay. You could have taken a recorder, like a pocket recorder, into the jail and recorded it, right?
I could have, but I was instructed not to record the statement.
Yes, sir. Now, after hearing this statement about how McBanois basically lied on the Adelsons, killed Dan Markel just to extort them for their money, is that right?
That's not exactly right, but you're in the ballpark, but that's not exactly what she told me.
Okay, can you tell me again exactly what she told you?
Yeah, I'm going to refer back to my report a little bit, if that's okay. I spoke Patricia, and she said that they were sitting at a table talking about the case, and then Byrd quoted the following that McBanow had told her, and that was, "After we had him killed, we tried to get the money because we knew her boyfriend and family had a lot of money. We knew that they had money because the family offered the man $1 million apiece to move to South Florida." So at that time, Patricia, and Katie, said, "Why not kill him and get the money ourselves?" So then Byrd replied with, "Girl, that's crazy as hell. That's extortion." And Katie replied to her and said, "My kid's got to be raised and go to college as well."
So I have a question about that. So according to what you say Byrd told you,
yes,
Byrd used the word extortion. That's the word Patricia Byrd used.
Yes, ma'am.
That McBanois used.
That's correct.
Okay.
Why does this witness look way worse for the defense?
Now, when you heard this story, that would be very helpful, right, to Donna Adelson's case. Did you call her prior defense counsel and say, "Listen to what this lady's telling me. Can I have permission to record this? Can I do a recorded interview with her? This is going to be very important."
Yeah.
You didn't do that, did you?
I did call them immediately when I left the jail, and I sent them an email with my summary within an hour.
Okay. Did you ask to go then do a recorded interview with her so you would have evidence of that?
No, I didn't ask.
Why not?
And did they ask you to?
They didn't ask me. No, I told.
I think Zellman was trying to say that, okay, well, geez. Because he testified saying that the prior counsel says don't record the interview. I guess Zellman could say that, like, oh, well, the reason why they didn't record the interview is because it wasn't anything important that Donna didn't get to Patricia Byrd. I don't know. No, this whole thing is so weird. I think it looks bad for the defense, just flat out. It's like Donna was giving the nudge at Dan Rashbaum. Dan Rashbaum got this PI to go interview the inmates because by that time, Donna had convinced the inmates to lie on her behalf. This looks so much worse for the defense. Oh boy. Was it a good idea to call this guy? This guy got the dirt.
Told them what they told me, and if they have any additional instructions for me, I'll gladly go do what they asked me to do.
All right. Now, if Miss Byrd, after all that, do you know why the defense never listed Patricia Byrd as a witness?
I don't know the specific reason. I'm not the attorneys on the case. That's
Do you
their
know why
job.
these attorneys never listed Patricia Byrd as a witness?
State allow the witness to answer the question before cutting off, please.
Mr. Dugan, please wait for him to finish the answer.
Just repeat, please.
Do you know why either defense counsel never listed Patricia Byrd as a witness?
I have no idea.
You were hired by prior defense counsel, you said?
That's correct.
Okay, and you did charge for your
I
service.
wonder if Zellman heard from all the YouTube people that it seemed like they were going a little soft on the state and not doing the objections and stuff. I don't know. That was a very loud objection.
Services.
I did charge for my services.
Passionate.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all. Thank you.
For your examination.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Barnes,
Yes, sir.
the state just asked you, according to what you say Byrd said to you, isn't that, in fact, what Miss Byrd said to you, not just what you claim?
No, that's exactly what she said to me.
Okay. And you've been working in this industry for how many years?
I would object to improper bolstering, Judge.
Sustained.
Judge, the state attacked his credibility.
We're not doing speeding objections. I will ask your next question.
Would it surprise you,
Wow.
sir, to learn that contrary to what the state implied,
Objection to relevance, asking what he would be surprised by.
Overruled. Please let him finish his question first before you object.
thank you, Your Honor, would it surprise you to learn that prior defense counsel in fact listed Patricia Byrd on the witness list that they submitted prior to this case being set for trial September of 2024?
Would that surprise me? No.
Okay. And so, contrary to what Ms. Dugan indicated on cross-examination, it was your understanding that Ms. Byrd was listed as a defense witness.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Wait, she was? Or what? Okay, what is happening? Who is lying here?
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Sarah was saying that she wasn't listed as a witness until 2025. Zellman is saying she was listed as a prior witness prior to September 2024. We need more clarifications.
Nothing further, Your Honor?
Will this witness be recalled by either party?
He'll be retained, but he's free to go about his business.
Mr. Barnes, do not discuss your testimony with any other person. You may step down.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There's a little bit of an oopsie from the defense team, and you know, I don't blame them too much, I guess, because so many things are happening, and you're just not really paying attention to who's sitting in the back of the courtroom. But maybe there's a communication issue or something like that. But there's a witness that is called to testify next, and the judge realizes, wait a second, this witness did not follow the sequestration order because I saw this witness earlier in someone else's testimony. Huh.
Once the rule of sequestration is invoked, it applies equally to both parties.
Oh, was someone not following the rules? Uh-oh.
How long was he sitting in the back of the courtroom watching the defense case?
Oh! This witness? Which witness? Oh no, the judge does not look happy. Hold on.
I was not aware he was here, Your Honor. Our assistant was trying to find him. I went in the hallway looking for him. I didn't see him before we called the witness that he sat in here for. She sent him a text message asking him where he was because we were concerned he was not here, and that was about 1:30. I believe, based on speaking to my assistant, that he was present during all or part of Ms. Khan's testimony, which is completely unrelated to his very limited scope in this case.
State, do you wish to be heard?
Did someone forget to tell him that he wasn't supposed to sit in the courtroom and listen to other testimony? Or Did he forget? Did he mess up? What happened here?
What's that?
So I'm assuming witness number 7 came up and then someone recognized that, wait a second, this guy was sitting in the back of the courtroom this entire time? I guess.
What is the substance of the testimony to be offered?
The substance of the testimony is a home search with Mr. and Mrs. Adelson and Dan Markell.
He's a realtor, Your Honor.
He's a realtor.
The bailiff has informed me that he was present for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not entirely sure how this testimony would relate to other matters that we've gone over. We need a moment to determine if the witness should be permitted to testify. We'll take a brief break. 10 minutes.
All right. He says he just needs a moment to figure out whether or not the witness is going to be allowed to testify. All right, we're back. It seems like they are allowed to testify.
Examine Mr. Kelly when you're ready.
I'm going to go back and look for him. All right, you do that, Amon. Let us know how long they were sitting in the back of the courtroom. Watch her be there on day 1. I'm just kidding. It seems like they had trouble trying to locate this witness.
Judge.
And they were afraid he was going to show up. I'm still a little confused about this next witness's testimony. I'll play you guys a portion of it. It's like really short testimony and then the cross-examination, but I'll give you guys what I think this defense is trying to do, but you guys let me know what you guys think about it because I'm still confused a little bit.
Were you contacted by Mr. Markell about seeing some homes?
Yeah, I'm not positive on the date, but if that's the date, yes.
Is that November 2011?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And when he contacted you and you were making arrangements to look at homes, were those homes were you looking for a home in particular for his in-laws, Donna and Harvey Adelson?
Correct.
And were arrangements made for you to show homes?
Yes.
And did you in fact show homes?
Yes.
And who was present when you showed the homes? Who was with you?
I believe it was the Adelsons, both of them, the husband and wife, and Dan, and I believe Wendy and the boys, both boys, or just one boy. I can't remember who was there at the time. But
and did you show them homes in the Tallahassee area?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. And did they end up purchasing any of the homes that you showed them?
No.
Okay. At some point, did you refer them to another realtor that you know named Lisa Carey to look at homes?
I did not refer them to Lisa Carey. No, that was not.
That was not you?
No.
Do you work with Miss Carey?
I did at the time. We were a team.
Okay.
At one point.
Jackie gives me major Edeling PTSD.
And I think we were still a team, and we probably were not in 2011.
Okay.
But no.
Okay.
Seems like Attorney Jackie was a little bit surprised by that answer. Not a good look. All right, so he's contacted by Dan
Just
to see
briefly,
homes.
when you came to the courthouse today, did you come and sit inside the courtroom?
I did.
And did you observe and listen to some of the testimony?
I heard the end of the testimony that was being said.
Was it a male or a female?
Female.
Okay.
So you showed these houses to the Donna and Harvey Adelson at Dan Markell's request?
Correct.
And was the thought that they would have more space, be able to stay up here for longer periods of time visiting Dan Markell and his family?
I believe that was it, yes.
Okay. And that was in 2011, you said?
According to the emails, yeah.
So Dan Markell and Wendy Adelson were still together at that time?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if they got divorced in summer or fall 2012, your interaction would have been about a year before that?
Correct.
All right, last witness for the day. He is going to be testifying about the Leon County surveillance footage of the jail where Donna and Drina, the inmate that testified, were writing in the pink notebook. This is apparently the script that they were working on for Drina to memorize and essentially lie and say that Katie McBanwa told me this and there was an extortion of Charlie, essentially backing up Charlie's story. I'm going to play portions of it for you guys. I don't know. I mean, it seemed like, from what we've heard from other testimony, it seemed like Donna was fine for the most part with Dan. It wasn't until talks of the separation. That's when Donna went completely unhinged. So if Donna was looking at houses with Harvey at Dan's request in Tallahassee, a year before him and Wendy divorced, I don't really see how that really means much.
I could use the computer. Is it okay if I stand over here rather than?
Damn, this video is so nice and clear. Wow, can we get all police interrogations in this footage? How clear this is.
Left turn.
This looks good.
Okay.
Okay, so Donna's walking back in on the left.
Miss Bernhardt putting a chair at the table towards the right.
It does.
Drina's
Who's
on the
walking
right.
up now?
Miss Adelson.
There's Donna. They're like on the very edge. It's hard to see.
Does it appear from the video that Miss Bernhardt got Miss Adelson to sit down at that table?
It does.
And they're engaged in conversation?
Yes.
See Donna just like, you know, doing some of this, some of this, some of this, some of this, some of this. Looks like Drina is just listening. Looks like Donna's doing a lot of talking. Drina wants to know when Harvey's dropping off the grand piano. Where would you even put a grand piano in a... What did they promise to buy her? A trailer? Where do you put a grand piano in a trailer? Or was a trailer for the other person? Alright, let's see what the poll says. 146 votes. Were Donna's friends believable? 12% yes. 76% no. 12% not sure. Alright. We'll end the poll.
And Detective, at this point, we're over 8 minutes into the video. Neither one of them have started writing, have they?
No. Showing Miss Adelson something on that page.
Appears that something's already written on that page.
Potentially, I can't tell.
You can't see. Alright, Drina's about to flip the page. No, just kidding. Donna put her hand down. Donna's motioning back and forth. Drina's put her hand on her head. She's like looking at the paper, discussing it with Donna. She's not writing yet. I think she put the pencil down at this point. If you guys were in jail or prison, what would be the #1 thing that you would ask your family member to send you? For food. Non-perishable, sorry, that's what I meant. All right, Drina's writing again. She picks up the pencil? I think it's a pencil. All right, she's writing. She's looking at Donna.
Miss Bernhardt is writing at this point.
Drina's laughing, I think. He's moving her head around.
Judge, given that this is an hour and 14-minute long video, instead of publishing it in full as requested, is it okay if I fast forward to the points that I'm trying to make? Thank you, Your Honor.
Yay, we're gonna fast forward. What is the defense trying to show?
Who's writing?
Miss Bernhardt.
So, even though the defense has already conceded and said that Donna wrote the Q&A, I don't fucking know. The defense wants to show that Drina's the one that is calling Donna to come over to sit with her. Drina's the one who's doing all the writing, but they've already conceded that it was Donna's handwriting. So I don't know. I don't know.
My client takes the paper and starts writing, correct?
Correct.
We can't see what they're writing about. I don't know why this matters. All right, Donna's writing, I think. Yeah, she's writing. She's writing real slow, though. Drina's like, damn, Donna's taking a long time. I got something in my eye. Let me take this out. Now she's conversing with the other inmate. La-ing while Donna's writing. Oh, Drina takes the notebook back.
1642. Did Miss Bernhardt take the notebook back?
She did.
They're talking now. They're pointing, flipping the envelope over. She puts the notebook back in. And she's like, oh, man. Are they trying to hide it to make it look like this is for the attorneys or something like that? And they thought that law enforcement can't go through it?
They seem to be
Possibly.
engaged in conversation.
Oh, Donna might be sleeping. Drina might be talking to herself. Who knows? She's clearly writing the recipe of authentic pho. I want to learn how to make pho, but looks hard. All right, we had a time jump here, y'all. Time jump.
2250.
Donna's still at the table writing by herself. Maybe this is Donna writing up the Q&A. She's at the bottom of the page, too. She flipped it over, I think, and she's at the bottom of the page.
What's Ms. Bernhardt doing now?
She placed 2 notebooks on the table.
Wait, which one's Drina? I can't tell now. Is it the left or the right? Oh, I think it's the right. I think this is Drina right here. Sorry. Oh, my bad. Let me zoom out. I think that's Drina right here. I wasn't sure if that was her or if that was her. Maybe her.
Are they both writing?
Yes.
Looks like they're scheming. Mr. Zellman, how does this help your case? Your client is writing a lot right now. In a notebook looking thing. Maybe they're just playing tic-tac-toe. Donna teleported off the mat. Oh no, she's coming back. She's coming back. Okay, she's sitting down right now.
51 minutes. Appeared that Miss Adelson had gotten up and is now sitting back.
They're playing footsies.
Back down.
That's correct.
Does this look like evidence that the state would have used? Not the not the defense. Drina's pointing at things. Don's going back to the other page. Drina's pointing. She's disgusting. Oh man, hand on her head. She looks a little vexed. She's like, damn, I don't know if I can memorize this, Donna. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know, man. Extorted? There's a lot of things in here. Alright, Drina's picking up a pencil again. She's about to write. Donna's pointing. Donna's flipping. No? Oh, they're flipping pages? Okay, flipping pages. Flip, 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 flip. Should I zoom back in again? Flipping. Flip. Okay, now flipping. Reading the lines. Damn, flipping through a lot of pages. It's a long-ass pho recipe, man. Drina's like, what about this? What do you want me to do about this?
Now we're at 55:35. They're still both discussing something, correct?
Correct.
We don't know what they're discussing.
Correct.
And they're both looking at pages that they have in front of them.
Correct.
Couldn't they just play this when Donna testified and have Donna explain what they were doing? Flipping pages. More pages. Drina's pointing out. Line by line. Flipping pages. Damn, that's a lot of pages. Alright, Drina's rocking around. Jamming out to music or something. Donna's writing again. Drina's looking around. Oh, what's going on with the TV? Oh, she's back to writing. What is this supposed to prove? That both women got together, they're both writing. I don't know. That Drina's more involved in it than she really initially testified to.
Or 1 hour, 1 minute, and 22
Because
seconds.
Donna's doing a lot of writing. I wasn't sure if the footage was going to show that Donna like barely writing. You know, like, oh, you know, it was mostly Drina that does all the writing. Donna only wrote like maybe like one word here and there or something, some bullshit like that. I don't know. I have no idea. That it wasn't all Donna? I mean, she said it was her handwriting on that notebook.
Seconds. Can you tell the jury what's going on here?
Miss Bernhardt just opened some notebook. She's writing, and Miss Adelson is also writing.
All right. It was movie day in class today. It feels like when the substitute teacher puts on a movie for the class. Lol. I had a teacher that would show up to class, presumably either drunk or just really hungover, and she'd just be like, "Okay, guys, we're just gonna watch a movie," and it was a chemistry class. A fucking chemistry class.
Do you recall the date that video was taken?
I believe it was December 19th.
So the day before Miss Adelson met with the state attorney's office. I'm sorry, Miss Bernhardt. Thank you.
Correct.
Okay, I don't know. I'm lost. Let's see. Let's get creative here. What was the defense trying to do? Let's think creatively. Aside from what we discussed earlier.
On the 18th, she told you not just that she had information about Donna Adelson, but that Donna Adelson was trying to solicit her to give perjured testimony in this trial, right?
Correct.
So you learned that on the 18th. You relayed that information to who?
Investigator Newland.
With my office.
Correct.
All right, and the meeting at the state attorney's office ultimately happened on December 20th, right?
Correct.
And at that time, there was a more detailed interview conducted with Ms. Bernhardt to get the information she had about what had happened, right?
Correct.
Okay, and at that meeting, Bernhardt shows up with this pink notebook pictured in State's Exhibit 62, right?
Correct.
And she tells us in that meeting, hey, here's a script that she's written for me that she wants me to deliver at trial, right?
Correct. Her instructions were to read over that and to trace it in her own handwriting and provide that back to Ms. Adelson.
Okay, so she's supposed to copy what's here and give this back to Ms. Adelson.
Correct.
So Ms. Adelson was going to be expecting to get this thing back. We had to send it back with her, right?
Correct.
Did Bernhardt at the meeting on December 20th tell you when this script was authored?
Class, we're gonna watch an episode of Breaking Bad today because of chemistry. I don't think Breaking Bad was out. No, Breaking Bad was not out when I was in high school.
And when Bernhardt originally reported this to you on the 18th, you said you let investigator Newland know. Did you let Bernhardt know, hey, you're going to be interviewed on the 20th?
No,
Did Bernhardt have any way of knowing that we were going to have a meeting on the 20th?
not to my knowledge.
In fact, didn't we consider waiting until after Christmas to meet with her?
Correct.
Remember that? I was home with a bad injury, bad back.
Yes.
The kids were out of school. It was Christmas time. We talked about doing it after Christmas, right?
Correct.
So wasn't it just dumb luck that we happened to bring her over on the day that she was in possession of this thing in defendant's handwriting?
Yes.
Oh.
Defense says, well, both women wrote in the notebook. We see one writing, we see the other one writing. Are you a handwriting expert?
No, ma'am.
Would you defer to the expertise of a handwriting expert in determining who wrote this particular thing?
Yes.
The defendant does proceed to write in the notebook for quite some time, right?
Correct.
And if we go to 5819,
Donna, what were you thinking? What were you thinking, Donna?
so we see
There
Mrs.
goes
Adelson
Donna.
get up and walk away, and then she later returns, right?
Yes.
Okay. and
Donna's like, bathroom break.
we go to 104.
Not trying to get a UTI today.
We see Ms. Bernhardt get up and walk away, and Ms. Adelson continues writing.
Correct.
That's Trina right here.
Nothing further.
Donna's still writing.
For direct examination.
Oh, jeez. I just don't think the video was good for the jury to see how much time Donna spent writing in that notebook. The notebook that's not hers, by the way. The notebook that's Drina's notebook. What the heck? What are we doing?
Detective, we know that Miss Adelson expected this document back that was written in Drina's notebook because that's what Drina said, right?
Correct.
But we can't hear what's being discussed on that video.
Correct.
We have to rely on what Miss Bernhardt says.
Correct.
Or Donna. Eat.
Now, you testified on cross that Miss Bernhardt did not know that she was being brought up to the state attorney's office for a meeting on the 20th.
I don't believe she knew the date.
Yet, when she came, she brought a bunch of materials with her.
Correct.
Stretch.
And the state attorney's office collected what Drina said they should collect.
Correct.
Nothing further.
Will the detective be recalled by the party?
Stretch. Maybe with some of these witnesses, I'm just not seeing things clearly. The jury might see something totally different than my confusion right now. So I'm curious what you guys think so far. What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm missing something, right? Now, the court ends today, and before the court ended, I noticed that there was the chat in Long Crime. They didn't seem very happy because for some reason, court ended really early today.
Please
Uh-oh.
approach.
I don't know. The Long Crime chat is having a meltdown. I don't know why. Are they ending the day? No. Why? Sigh. Wow. Early. What? Why? Boo. Recess. I had a feeling. What a letdown. The end of a meaningless day. What the hell? No. Wow. Question mark, question mark. Why? No. Oh, man. Was the defense not prepared today? Oh, hey. Hey, Mr. Friend is still here. Aw. That's sweet. He's supporting her for the rest of the day. Yo, the other lady just dipped out and went to the airport. Was like, bye. Bye, bestie. Look at this guy. He's still here.
Members of the jury, we are going to go into recess for the trial at this point for the day. We will resume tomorrow with the defense's case once again.
Oh, man. I wonder if the defense was just not prepared with their witness or something. Maybe someone was supposed to come in and testify and then they didn't show up, or some sort of scheduling issue. But I don't know, man. That admonition from the judge seems like it's directed. I mean, it's definitely directed at the defense, but it seems like it had something to do with right now.
That will be tested.
Make sure you got your people here, okay, to testify. All right, 8:45.
In the morning, present and ready. Mr. Zellman was full.
Present and ready, he says.
Fulford also, there is not to be any further violations of the rule of sequestration.
Yes, sir, that was certainly not intentional. And as I indicated, sidebar, one of our witnesses, I don't believe her flight gets in until 10. We will have further discussions with her to get her here as quickly as possible.
We'll have what now? Hold on a second. He said, I'm going to blast the audio. Just give me a second. Warning for people wearing earbuds.
As I indicated, sidebar, one of our witnesses, I don't believe her flight gets in until certainly not intentional. And as I indicated, sidebar, one of our witnesses, I don't believe her flight gets in until 10.
I don't, or something with the witnesses. What the fuck? Something about 10.
And as I indicated, sidebar, one of our witnesses, I don't believe her flight gets in until 10.
Oh, one of our witnesses, I don't believe her flight leaves until 10.
We will have further discussions with her to get her here as quickly as possible.
We will have further discussions with her and get her here quickly as possible. I mean, what if there's no flight plan for her to come early tomorrow? This seems really last minute. You know what? Maybe Donna's like, fuck it, I'm not testifying. Never mind, guys. This looks really bad. I'm not testifying.
Recess.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to recess. Damn, the bestie didn't even stay to the very end. All right, good. Well, what a very interesting day today. What a half day today. That's a wrap up for today. We ended early. Yay, early release day. All right, y'all. So feel free to stop by the live stream, say hello. We are live streaming this trial. If you guys are not completely caught up or you don't have time to watch 8-hour-long trials, or sometimes, you know, you're playing in the background and you think maybe you have missed something, we do have recap videos. Feel free to check it out. Subscribe so you guys know when those videos pop up. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Man, see you guys tomorrow. Maybe Donna will testify.